Yo, what is going on, guys? Hope you guys are doing well. This is going to be another analysis for Survivor. I was actually thinking about something lately. Let me know what you guys think on a comment. How about I start analyzing other people's games and not just my own? Let me know what you guys think about me possibly doing that. I could even maybe analyze some of the videos of my own coaching students. That could be nice. So anyway, getting to the game here. So this is gonna be a game where I'm trying to pip. At this moment, I'm really AFK. I'm not actually playing, so that's why I'm hiding there. But I'm gonna be trying to pip, which means when I'm playing like this, usually means that I'm not necessarily using a tryhard build, but I usually play smart, and I don't really. Yeah, that's mostly it. I just play smart, and I actually go for the emblems. I don't just like run around doing nothing for the most part. So in this case, I'm just hiding because I probably have to do something. So I'm AFK. Now I'm back. And just for my luck, you see there, I think he actually had drilling tremors because the gen I could tell there it was blocked. Before he hooked her. So anyway, so getting our benevolence emblem here by getting some. I think you need to unhook maybe two people. Get some heals in, and you get the iridescent quality. So we got already a heal here and unhook. So we pretty much guarantee silver already on the benevolence emblem, so not too bad. Since we're red ranks, we need like at the very least two iridescents to start playing around a little bit. So I usually recommend, it's always best if you can go for the chasing emblem and the benevolence emblem, which is the altruism. Those are the easiest ones to get the iridescent. Well, if you're good on chases, of course, the emblem chase. But because the emblem chase as well, you don't actually have to be in the chases to get points for it. You just have to be near the killer. So because of that, for example, if the killer's camping and you're just standing near him, trying to go for that last save, that counts as a 10 of points for your invader emblem. So that's why I say it's easy, because you can get points for that doing more than just getting chased. Now the Lightbringer and the Unbroken, you really just have to escape. So playing to win is already, just do the gens and you probably escape. So there's not much you can farm, so to speak, for that emblem. The Unbroken, just try not to go down as well when you go in the chases. But the Lightbringer is the hard one. So this is the best way to get it, is doing gens solo. However, it takes a while. So you got to do like 2 entire gens solo and things like that to get like a gold. To get iridescent, you have to do like essentially 3 gens. 2.5 essentially, 2.5 to 3 gens solo, which is a lot of time. The killer usually is gonna get you out off the gens. One thing you can do that I usually do is if you can have especially if the match is kind of under control, you can have the gens at 99 and just go around doing gens. Essentially buying some time so you can get more gens done so you can kind of farm better that Lightbringer emblem. So you see right there, I went to the top there because it's kind of a safe area. Now right here I actually made a mistake. It was not my intention to go this route, but luckily I was able to find another pallet there. And you see how I'm moving my camera. I'm still kind of figuring out the map because I haven't been to this area in particular. So I just noticed right there was a window. This is his mistake. This is an unsafe window and he vaulted, so that's his mistake. He could definitely get hit on me there. So I don't have enough distance, so I have to play around this unsafe pallet again. So you see right there I did a mind game and it worked. Actually 2 mind games right there, one after the other. And now I'm just kind of looking for a pallet. There was no pallet nearby, so I'm just going to loop as much as I can. There was this pallet ahead of me I just noticed to my left there, so now I know there's a pallet there if I happen to come back here again. I'm actually making I'm probably gonna make a video eventually on it, what I believe to be the best survivor build. And I mean best as in skill based, no crutch perks on it. So I might make a video on that when I get a good match. So again, I'm coming to this area because it's pretty safe. He can actually drop down there behind me. He doesn't have to vault the window to keep going to chase, but most killers don't know that, so they will vault the window there, and it will, the fact that they vault the window kind of makes it a safe window, But if they jump from the hole I just mentioned behind me, it's really not that safe of a window. He's gonna, especially if you don't have ballast landing, so. But most killers don't. If I go back up there, I'll show you guys where the drop is. But for the most part, they don't do that. So again, I need to find out. I think in this room there was a pallet to my right, but I'm not gonna be able to get there. I will actually. Remember, like I mentioned, that I noticed there was a pallet in that to my left earlier. That was the pallet I was talking about. So you gotta memorize things when you're going to the map like this. Because when you go back to them, you kind of know what to do already. You know, you don't have to like figure it out. Because figuring out works, but it's it works less times than actually knowing what's already there before you get to the point. So he's not near me, so I might as well farm some gems here, some Lightbringer. He's back on me again, so I'm gonna use this window. From this angle, you see I got a little stuck there, you can tell, in the wall. From this angle right here is pretty bad, as you can tell. Because you cannot really fast fall at that angle, it's kind of hard. From this angle you can. And yeah, right there I guess it was just lag. I have no idea what was that, but there was a seizure or something there in the game, and I got hit somehow. But yeah, because it doesn't seem that laggy. But still, that can happen if it's like 200 ping or 300. But I don't know. I think I'm actually gonna check here in a second. But I really, yeah, I'm checking right now. It's where is Nancy Wheeler right there? It's 100 ping. So I don't know. That was really weird. Maybe it was just an oscillation on the ping or something that caused that hit. But that hit can happen, but it will only happen if you have like 300 ping or something. Like it has to be really high ping for a hit like that to happen. So yeah, probably was an oscillation. So going back to the game, right? Let's just pretend that didn't happen. But what I would do there essentially would have after I jumped the window, I would have just went to the pallet, the safe pallet there. But I definitely took a risk vaulting the first vault that I did, coming from inside the library. That's really unsafe because you cannot get it because of that desk in the middle. It doesn't allow from that angle. It doesn't allow you to get a fast vault. So if the killer mind games kind of like he did to me there, you're gonna get hit, you know, before you make the whole turn back around. So this Bella is actually safe. Well, kind of safe actually, not entirely, but you know, you can definitely work around it. With Bellas, he can definitely hit you here without from the right angle without breaking the pallet. So what I'm doing here, like I mentioned, I'm playing smart, so I don't want to get found. This is so unlucky too. I was looking at exactly the side that he didn't come from, and especially the fact that he doesn't have a terror radius. He just has the lullaby. I cannot tell by the sound, you know, how close he is or which direction he's coming from. Because you can tell by the sound if it's the sound of the song is getting louder. But in this case, is the only scenario. The Huntress will be the same where she has the lullaby. Won't be able to tell how close she is until she's already on top of you. If you're not actually looking at her, you won't see her coming at all. Well, Huntress you will, because you know she still has a terror radius. It's just very small. But Freddy, no, he has like 0 terror radius when you're sleeping. It's just a lullaby. So if you guys didn't know that, the lullaby is the same audio sound for any range, long or close, right next to you. So the only way you're gonna be able to see him is if you're actually looking at him. This is a good reason for you to be woke up, you know. But I don't want to waste too much time, so that's why I'm not worrying too much. But usually if I see that little thing right there with the aura, the clock, I would definitely wake up for this reason, especially if he's not using fake pallets. Because then, you know, you definitely don't want to mess with snares. So it's always good if you can be awake. Now, it's kind of a trade-off, actually, because you see right there what I'm doing? I'm going inside the locker because, again, I'm playing smart, so I don't want to get found. Because if you get found, you're going to die sooner. Even if you're good on chases, he's going to die eventually. So you don't want that to happen. I want to farm my gems. So I'm going to try to play as stealth as much as I can and avoid the chases while he's chasing my teammates. Especially considering that I'm already injured, you know. I think I've only been hooked once, but I'm really trying to avoid being found, at least at this particular moment, being found again at this moment of the match. There's still, you know, considering myself, 3 people alive, so we still have a lot of games to go. Now, also take note that there's only 3 gens. Sorry, not only, but still 3 gens left. So we still got a lot of work to do. So definitely not a good idea to be dying right now. This is also another reason why I'm playing a little bit more stealth here. The only problem, again, remember that Freddy doesn't have a terror radius if you're sleeping, so that is both bad and good. The reason why I think it's good is because if you're sleeping like this, you can see him coming. But if you're awake, you know how his body is invisible. It's kind of a you know, visible, not visible, visible, not visible. It keeps alternating, so that can kind of fuck you up sometimes. So for that reason, if I can, I usually prefer to be sleeping. Although as well, you can tell he's using 2 add-ons there for slowdowns. So in this particular scenario, it's actually not that beneficial for doing gens. However, notice how I mentioned that as soon as I found the, if I happen to be close to the clock, I would definitely always wake up because there's definitely benefits to that. I don't like doing the animation where the other survivor wakes you up because it doesn't last as long and you know, it gets progressively takes longer. So I would just save that for a particular scenario that you need. Like for example, I don't know, you go for the save and it wants to have borrow time. That's when you ask your teammates to wake you up. You know what I mean? Instead of going for the clock all the way across the map and then going for the save again, which will take way longer than your teammate just waking you up right there with the action. So again, I'm coming here at the top because this is safe. So even if he finds me here, but with a bond, I can tell he's chasing someone. So I'm really just, it's not that I'm not doing anything. I'm just trying to avoid getting chased. If I know he's chasing someone else, or he's not close to me at all, then I really do not have no reason to play stealth at that point. I can just run around the map and whatever, do gens. Now that was kind of dumb. I was kind of following there, but and I just pretty much forced him to find me by doing that. So again, this window is unsafe, so I don't want to vault that. This window is better, and there's also a pallet nearby. So you can tell he's using snares, but I'm awake, so the snares are not going to affect me. Now, I could have tried to angle that for a fast vault, but you can tell it was a little risky because it was kind of close. So I didn't do that. I just went around normally so I could get the pallet instead. Don't want to get random hits as well, especially because I don't have self-care. Sometimes it can be actually a good idea to get hit without wasting a pallet, you know, because sometimes, like, if it takes like him 1 minute, just like 1.5 minutes just to get one hit on you, then even if you didn't use any pallets, it's not that bad, you know, because he's still gonna have to continue the chase. Because sometimes he hits you and he just leaves you because the chase is lasting so long. So in that scenario, it's actually good if you didn't drop any pallet, even though you got hit, you know, because you wasted his time, but no one really went down. And you can get healed by yourself with self-care, you know, you can find medkit, or you can find someone eventually later. And you know, getting hit or that, it won't be such a big of a deal. Now I'm trying to position here for the pallet save and hoping he won't see me. So you see the reason why I'm kind of jumping outside there and he actually ended up seeing me because of that is because the pallet is a little far away. So if I waited that far away from the pallet, I'm not sure if I would have time enough to get close to the drop. So that's why I'm kind of anticipating it by going out a little early. You know, that was what I was doing there, was essentially anticipating. But he, you know, he didn't commit, so that actually ended up working a little bit against me. But you know, it's worth the hit. I mean, at least if he did ended up grabbing her, I would be able to get the save. Would have been able to get the save. So again, this is how you avoid barbecue in Chile. Let's go in a locker. It only takes 4 seconds. So right here when I'm waiting, I'm making sure I know where he is before I leave. Especially because you know, my gen was working right there. So I was already expecting him to come here and kick it. So now that I kicked it, I know for sure that he's not gonna check this gen anytime soon. So I can just go. I'm safe to go, even though I'm injured. I'm safe to go there and work a bit on it. Now, you know, this is a bit of a bad situation because both of us have injured. So going for the save if he's nearby is gonna be really risky. Someone's gonna go down because he can either tunnel the guy from the hook or down one of us that's already injured. I'm taking a chance here, but I'm hoping he's not near the hook, and because I could tell as well, I really did not trust the I think it's a Claudette. I did not trust the Claudette would go for the save. She actually didn't. She was actually self-carrying herself. So if I hadn't went for the save right there, she would have died. The Nancy would have died totally. So it was actually a good thing that I didn't trust the Claudette and I went for the save. Now never vault that window that I just went by. That window is just gonna lead you to basement. Right there, you see I used that hard, but it didn't come out. So there's definitely a bit of lag in play here. I just can't tell how much because of you know, that window hit was like essentially a 300 ping type of lag, and that hard fuck up, it was really it could be just a 100, you know, ping, and you know, so I can't tell so far what type of thing I'm dealing with. Otherwise I wouldn't have been already adapting to it. And see what I mean? Like the fact that I was playing stealth that much earlier allowed me to still, even after all this time, I'm still alive. You know, it's still my second hook because I was playing more carefully and choosing, so to speak, the moments that I would get chased. Otherwise, I could have probably been dead already. Possibly this would have been already my third hook, cause especially getting chased on Larry's, you know, you don't have that many options on pallets and things like that. Most of the pallets are pretty bad, so that was definitely a smart idea, not starting a chase for no reason earlier. Now I was already pretty sure we would maybe lose this match, considering that was 3 gens left. So I was just trying to also stay alive so I could get more pips, you know. So it was not only in a way to stay alive longer, but for the fact that the more I stay alive, the more I can do points, you know. The more I can save people, I can heal people. The more I can do gens, the more I can get chased, in that way. So I'm building up to all my emblems. Even though my team sucks, the fact that I'm staying alive longer instead of just showing my face for free, for no reason to the killer and getting chased and probably dying early because of that, it allows me to also have more time to build more points for my emblems. So you can see I did combo the pallet with the window there. Sorry, I comboed the window with the pallet. It was the opposite. So this pallet is unsafe. That's why I'm dropping it early, because it's unsafe. You don't want to. I'm just using that as an obstacle essentially. So he has to go around and waste a little bit more time. This was kind of weird as well. I could try to loop it again instead of waiting at the pallet like I did. I actually did not see the window. The best thing to do would be to actually vault to that window that I'm looking at right now, which I'm thinking to myself, like, shit, I should have seen that window. but but that's a pretty unsafe loop. If I actually continue to loop, it's pretty unsafe. He can easily mind game me there and hit me before I try to loop it around to the pallet, you know. So that's for that reason is why I waited on the pallet. And he did a really weird play there, which was that little like super long lunge. That's a very weird play, and so weird that most killers would have never done that. So it worked because I was not expecting it. I was expecting him to try to mind game a little bit, and then I would choose the side that I would drop the pallet. But he just like went for the the lunge like a weirdo right away, and it actually works because I wasn't expecting it. But as you can tell right there, the two emblems, iridescence, even though I got silver on the first two, it's still enough to get my pip. And I hope you guys could see how my decision in this game actually favored me getting that pip, because I'm really just playing for the pip in this particular match. So I'm happy, even though I died. I got my mission accomplished here. So I guess this is the video. See you guys in the next one. Take care.